Hello everyone, and welcome back to Reinvention Queen. For the last couple of weeks we've been talking about organizing your clothes closet or wardrobe, organizing your dresser drawers, and today we're going to take a look at organizing the space where you keep your towels and sheets, whether it be a linen cupboard, linen closet, a basket, shelves, whatever it is. We can always make it look neater. As I said, you don't have to have the fabulous walk-in with all the built-ins to have order. And order is important because those days when you're not feeling so great and you get up and you make your bed and it looks great, and you go into the cupboard if you're getting dressed for work or just to spend the day at home, and the cupboard is neat, and you open your drawers and they're all neat, it does something. It helps to propel you, to create the momentum, as I said in the last episode. And so today we're taking a look at the linens. Now, you know, I saw an episode of Martha Stewart, who I used to watch all the time. I think I'm just a Jamaican Martha Stewart wannabe. She had said that as she got older, she realized she didn't need so many things. And she said that she had, I don't know how true it is, she said she just kept one sheet set now, and she just washes it and puts it back on the bed. Okay, so here are three, what I think are basic folds for storing your towels. Just the flat fold. The key is to fold so that the fold edges face out, so when you stack them, they're neat. Then you have the rolled ones, the bath towel, the face towel, the washcloth, great for storage baskets and bins, but can be stored on shelves as well overhead if you have metal shelves in your bathroom over the toilet, let's say, or wherever they are. And the triangular folds, if you have a corner shelf or a corner hutch or anything that's shaped in a triangle, the triangular folds are great. Now, so these are just some basic folding ideas, whether you store it in a cupboard, in a bin, in baskets, or on a shelf or rack. Now, I'm not going to show you how to execute these folds because there's so many channels on YouTube where they will teach you how to make these folds. What I want to caution or warn you about is that very rarely do they use used towels, and used towels obviously have stretched in every direction and they're harder to fold. But not that they're harder to fold, they're easy to fold, but you don't get as precise edges as with the new towels. And they also use very thin towels. Some of them just look like cloth. They don't really even look like towels. So of course the folds are going to be more precise. The other thing is most people hold this part and say, there you go. And so you don't see that this end in the triangular fold is never going to be as sharp as the one over on that side, especially with used, towels that have been used over and over again. These towels have been used for many years, and you see they still give a pretty good effect. And so not to worry, just go ahead, learn the basic folds, work with it. I think that the results will be very rewarding for you. Now, the towels, I spoke about the importance of fabric. These are, your basic hotel type towels because they're easy to keep white by, maybe the OxyClean or the sunlight, because I wouldn't recommend anybody use bleach. And so they're easy to keep clean, and they're low pile, so there's less room for allergic issues, and they absorb the moisture better when you dry with them, and they breathe better if you're going to leave them in the damp bathroom and use them again the next day, or you're storing in the bathroom. It's better to use the cotton ones rather than the synthetic fibers. But some people just like the plushness and the luxurious feel of the synthetic fibers. So if that's your preference, hello, go with it, because we really need to do what pleases us. I said I wasn't going to show you how to fold. This fold here, it's one that I learned from a sister of mine many years ago. I'm not even sure she knows that she taught it to me, but anyway, it's really simple, and you can use it for all your towels, face towels as well as bath towels, and it ensures that you get nice edges. So you just fold like this. Bring it to the center. Get it as the center. I find that if you leave a little space between here, it works better if you leave a little space there, so that when you do this, so you see you have your nice neat edges and they stack beautifully. Folding the sheet sets. The flat sheet is simple. It's always very simple to fold the flat sheet and get a good result. The pillowcases, I just, to keep them looking neat, I basically just do, like that, almost the same way I do the face towels actually, and like this, and like that, and you have the beautiful edge there that makes everything look so much neat. The problem is the fitted sheet, getting it nice and folded well, and it's really simple actually. It's just a matter of basically finding the edges, you start out with like that, and then you put the other one, you gather them up from the other side and you put them together. And then just let everything fall. However, neaten the bottom edges. Just neaten edges. You don't have to spend a lot of time on it because you're not being graded on your sheet folding skills. You just want a neat look. Yes? So then when you get that, the key now is to just try to get it as smooth as you can. I'm not sure if I'm folding it back the same way I had it before. Let's see. Make that a little smaller. And there you have it. Nice and neat with a nice edge. So it will stack beautifully. One way somebody suggested, I think it was Martha Stewart actually, who suggested that a good way to do it, now don't quote me on it because I'm not sure, is to put the set together like this and then put everything in one of the pillowcases. If you have space, I find that you can't stack it well that way, but if you have space in a drawer, let's say, where it won't topple over, it's a great idea to put the flat sheet, fitted sheet, one pillowcase, and put everything in the other pillowcase. And so when you want to change, you just pick up, from the pillowcase on the outside, what is in there, and you just pick up everybody and you're ready to go. Someone asked, how do you manage to keep a cupboard sparse? Those who are used to, having 4 seasons know about, putting away winter clothes, summer clothes, fall clothes, spring clothes. And those of us who live in the tropics, of course, we don't go through that. But what you can do is, well, let us say you have summer dresses. Some are lined with cotton, some are lined with polyester. Then you could put the ones that are lined with polyester in the storage baskets or bags, and just in the summer months, and use the clothes that are that are lined with cotton. Put your long sleeves away or your cardigans away, whatever it is. Just put them away if you're not going to be using them. And then bring them back out when the months become cooler, and put away the ones that are lined with cotton. If you have enough space, keep them all out. But that's the way that, you can keep your cupboard, your linen closet, sparse enough for air to circulate and to see what you have. So many of us don't even know what we have in our linen, in our clothes closets. Well, it's been a very hot day, so I'm looking kind of shiny. However, shimmering is always good. Today's episode. Next week, just take a look at some simple ways that you can just change your decor just a little bit, just to make it a little different. Because sometimes we get so bored, but we don't have to spend a lot of money redecorating the entire space. We can just change little details that will bring such a change into our lives and refresh the space. And so, please, if you enjoy these videos, like, subscribe, and share with a friend who you think may enjoy, as I enjoy bringing them to you. And so, until next time,